This vlog is not going to be a super like happy-go-lucky one. I'm struggling today. I've been struggling for the last week or so. And I joined a PhD Student session this morning to just work with some of my friends. And there's this group of us, 5 of us, that have been studying together doing these like brainstorming sessions in the mornings. And they've been so incredibly helpful. And today is just feels really hard. I just feel like I can't seem to like build traction, and the dissertation feels like it's moving, but then I get frustrated because then it's not moving fast enough, and I just feel like I'm being pulled in a million different directions in preparation for the symposium and content and networking, and the PhD ladies have been super supportive and helpful. It just seems like everybody's kind of in a similar spot. And so just had a nice little cry with my friends. Had a nice little like group therapy session, and I think that that's one of the things that I really love about Accepted, and I think just makes it really special to me, is that it's about showing up for my community and showing up for other people, but also just like letting them also show up for me. Like Christy gave such good advice, and I just feel so supported. So I'm gonna do a little bit, but then I'm gonna try to like really give myself some rest today, because I just feel like I'm like at the end of my rope, or like the bottom of my battery pack, or whatever we want to say. Hopefully today will get better. I hate hormones. Being stressed, having a deadline, and then being in luteal phase, just like really just a triple whammy.
Hello friends, it is the next day. I am feeling so much better after just honestly taking the rest of yesterday to read, to sleep, to just like recoup. And I think that I was a bit overtired, I was hungry. I'm at that phase of my cycle that makes things seem much more dramatic than they actually are. And I just have been a little overworking myself. And even though I don't have a 9-to-5 anymore, I am still juggling a PhD with co-running a business with my friend Kate, with creating content pretty much every day, and just trying to have a bit of balance. And right now I don't have like a set routine, and that's been really nice since leaving the 9-to-5, because it felt like so much of my time was directed before. And I also haven't been outside very much. It's been a little bit chilly, and where we live in London, there's just not a lot of green space. So it's a bit of a trek to get to the park. But we came out to Greenwich today, just me and Miss Musif, who is very worried about all these other dogs. And just taking a little bit of time to get some fresh air, to just literally and metaphorically touch grass. And to just be still for a minute, because I think the other challenge is that I've just been going to events, like meeting up with people, trying to make progress on the dissertation. And right now the dissertation just needs to take precedent. And it has, like, I've been really dedicating a lot of good time to it, but I just think I need to really just take everything else off of my calendar that's not mandatory, because the main focus right now is the dissertation and the symposium. And that's hard for me to do. I don't like cutting things out. I really like being somebody that says yes. And all the opportunities that are coming my way are things that I want to do. And that's the problem. There's nothing on that list that I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do that. So that's where we're at. We're just hanging out at the park. We're just going to spend a little bit of time here. And then I think we're going to go get some sourdough and then head home, have some nice toast, just slather a slice of sourdough with some nice butter. And then we'll start working on the dissertation. But we're just going to take it slow this morning. There's no reason to rush. I only have one call with one of my fellow students today. There is absolutely no reason to be stressing ourselves out, huh, Poochie? That goes for you too. These dogs aren't going to hurt you. So that's the update. I'll check in when I'm back home. I'm just going to kind of sit here without my phone, without any distractions, and just be still for a little while.
I'm so glad I started the day at the park. I just feel like it has set me up for a much better experience. And I posted the Oxford year video, and now I need to just get off of social media because I've already started to see some not so great comments, and I just don't need to interact with that right now. So I've blocked it. I've used Opal. I've talked about Opal so many times, and it's not sponsored. I don't even have an affiliate code with them, but it's just an app that helps you like block apps on your phone, on your computer. I use it on all my devices, and it's basically the only thing I can do to get my social media addicted brain off of the internet. So I'm gonna work on the dissertation. I've been working on some documents for my students from the fellows program and just getting some admin cleared out, and now I'm gonna dive into the dissertation. And I think what I'm going to do is just write by hand for a little while, because the thing that I found yesterday, and I think the thing that ultimately sent me into a bit of a spiral, was that when I'm looking at the document on my computer, I just feel like it's so serious and I can't help but edit as I go. And so the thing that I struggle with is just developing the ideas in real time, because it feels very final. And I know it's not, like I know it's a draft, but my brain just can't quite compute that it doesn't have to be perfect. And there were these members of the council in Virginia that were elected by the council in London. And I know that John Smith was on that list, but I can't remember who else. And so I was trying to find the source material that stated who else, and I couldn't find it. And I just can't remember where it was, and so I was doing all this digging and then feeling really frustrated with myself for not taking perfect notes and all of that. So anyway, the plan is we're gonna go into my dissertation diary. We're going to go to my chapter 2 specific notebook, and I'm just gonna write by hand and just try to not take it so damn seriously. And that's the plan. Successful dissertation sprint. Got some words on the page, on the physical page, not in the actual document itself, but it was really helpful to just see how much I do actually know. I just feel like every time I open up my dissertation document in Scrivener. I just am overcome with this feeling that I don't know very much, but then when I sit down, pen to paper, or I'm talking to somebody and I'm talking about the Virginia Company and the progression of the Virginia Company, I do actually know a fair amount. And then I decided I would do a little bit of a rework of the outline. It didn't change much because it's quite chronological, but it was just adding a little bit of detail so that way I have a jumping off point for Monday. But this week was not quite what I was wanting for the dissertation. It didn't make as much progress as I was hoping. However, I'm really glad that I did take the time and prioritize a little bit of rest and just kind of resetting. I have basically taken as much off of my plate as I can for next week. And I am just going to take the rest of this evening. I'm going to read my book. This is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I read her 3 other books and I just really love the way that she writes. I think I'm probably going to finish this tonight. And then I'm going to spend the weekend digging into my friend Andrea Severson's cozy small town romance series of independent standalones. I am really excited because the new book is coming out in August and I want to be prepared by reading the first 3. So I have 2 here, I have 1 in the office. And that's my plan for the weekend. I'm just gonna try to take it easy so that way I can really come back to work on Monday feeling refreshed and energized to work on the dissertation. This week was tough and I didn't really consider that, you know, thinking about and filming the video about my Oxford year and having to talk about my personal experiences at Oxford, trying to juggle a bunch of things this week, all of that would just kind of culminate and be quite emotionally taxing. But the next 2 weeks we really gotta hustle because I have a dissertation deadline. I need to get chapter 2 to my advisor. So if you guys are wanting to stick around for some really good, solid, productive essay crisis style vlogs, then definitely hit the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. And I also want to say a special thank you to my patrons. I started my Patreon page, I think about 5 months ago now, and I have just been really loving having an outlet to share other content. So stuff that I just don't really feel is a good fit for my YouTube channel, like creative writing projects, little vlogs around London, favorites videos, reading wrap-ups, that kind of stuff. I'm just putting it over on Patreon now because it's just not performing well on YouTube, and right now I need YouTube to generate as much income as it possibly can, and that just means that I need to be strategic about the type of content that I post. And so I've been really appreciating having my patrons and the support that I've been getting over there and being able to have an outlet to share some of that content. So thank you everyone who has supported me over there. Thank you so much for watching this video and for being here and supporting my channel. This week was a bit of a rough one, but I am glad that I got to share it with you. And hopefully, if you relate to anything in this video, just know that I'm sending you a hug. I hope that you feel better soon. I have to say, just taking a little bit of time, stepping back, spending time in nature, spending time with Moo, spending time just reading, it just makes a world of difference. So, anywho, I will see you all next week, and thank you so much for being here. Bye, friends.